Hello and welcome to a new guide. Today on the subject of razors. Why do electric razors outrank wet razors? And electric razors in the test, worse than the classic wet shave with a blade? These and more topics are here in the video. If you already liked the video, then leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. But now we really want to get started with our video. Have fun! Why electric shavers have outstripped wet shavers. The most important facts at a glance. Virtually no risk of injury compared to the classic blade wet razor. No cumbersome preparation for shaving necessary. Stiftung Warentest. Alternative for men with sensitive skin is electric wet shaving. Only two basic systems. Foil/rotary razor. But enormously large model selection. The best battery models last up to 3 hours on one charge. Cleaning is usually very easy, even without a cleaning station. Electric shavers in the test. Worse than classic wet shave with a blade? Electric shavers for men put an end to the circumstances you have when shaving with a wet razor. No more soaking and lathering the beard hair. No more waiting until the beard is soft enough to shave. You simply turn on the razor and go. Another advantage of electric models, which has contributed significantly to their success, the risk of injury falls virtually to zero. Cuts like those caused by shaving with a sharp blade, which you have to painstakingly staunch with scraps of tissue, or more professionally, with a styptic pencil, are a thing of the past. No one has to go through the hassle of sabering their face with blades anymore. The question remains, why don't wet shavers still buy a razor more often? Let's focus on some of the aspects. Even the best electric razors don't shave as thoroughly as a blade. Is there any truth in this argument? With a classic wet razor, you draw the bare blade directly across the skin, scraping the beard hairs immediately where they sprout from on the skin. This direct contact is what makes shaving so effective and thorough. With an electric razor, on the other hand, a piece of metal slides between the skin and the blade. Purely for technical reasons, the shave can therefore not be as close. But manufacturers have risen to this challenge in recent decades and rolled the foils thinner and thinner. As a result, the best men's razors can now almost hold a candle to wet shaves in terms of thoroughness. Striking in tests, waterproof razors come very close to a wet razor in terms of thoroughness. The fact that electric razors have copied a trick from wet razors has contributed to this, because by lathering the beard hairs stretch a few millimeters more from the skin than normal, before they retract slightly after shaving with dry skin. For this reason, a carefully performed wet shave also lasts longer. The answer of electric shavers in response to the superiority of wet shavers is therefore battery operation. Waterproof models work their way through the lathered face, just as in wet shaving, to get a few extra millimeters out of the shave. No wonder, then, that battery-powered electric shavers dominate the market. Another advantage is that there is no need to fiddle around with the annoying cord. Foil shavers or rotary shavers? Which system performs better in tests? So which shaves better, vibrating shaving blades or rotating shaving heads? These two systems divide the market between them. First, let's take a look at how the two types of devices work differently. Foil shavers. A thin metal foil is stretched over the blade block to ensure safety while shaving. The foil itself is perforated with tiny holes, through which the hairs must push to get to the blade scaffold. More precisely, the foil must literally catch the hairs. Because the foil itself pushes through the beard hairs in a broad front-like roller, it naturally captures the hairs and cuts them straight. Foil shavers are therefore ideal for men whose beard grows mainly disciplined in one direction. The more beard hairs shoot out of the skin in a crisscross pattern, the more awkward the handling of a foil razor. It must also follow the direction of the hair growth in a crisscross pattern. Manufacturers, of course, are aware of this problem and have reacted by increasing the number of foils. Models from the top series of Braun and Panasonic, for example, are equipped with up to 5 shaving foils. And this upgrade follows a clever logic. Because more shaving foils doesn't just mean a faster shave. Some of the foils operate on a mission to straighten unruly hairs and literally bring them in line. So the actual shaving foils have an easier job with them. Simple electric shavers with just one shaving foil therefore fall behind those with multiple foils in terms of how close the shave is, or how long it lasts. If you are one of those men whose beard is more like a wild growth, it is advisable to refrain from purchasing such an electric shaver, which of course is not that expensive. By the way, we have already made a comparison of the best shavers under €100, and as you will see, all are rotary shavers. Speaking of rotary shavers, now we come to the same. Rotary razors are easy to recognize by the usually 3 round blade sets. Here too, a metal foil protects the skin from direct contact with the blades. However, the crucial difference compared to a foil razor is explained by the structure. The perforated guard is circular in design, which means that the tiny openings grab the beard hairs from all sides in all directions. Struwwelpeter beards are therefore the domain of rotary razors, especially since the blade sets are also not arranged next to each other and do not form a straight surface, but rather a triangle. Furthermore, hardly any new model comes without a flexibly mounted shaving head. This means that both the individual round blade sets and the shaving head itself are flexibly mounted, so that they adapt to the facial contours as optimally as possible. In short, if you tend to have an angular face and a rambunctious beard, you will be better off with a rotary shaver. What about contours and how to grow 3-day beards? Switching devices for contours? Not necessary with an electric shaver with a trimmer. If you want to leave parts of your beard and give those parts clean contours, make sure the rotary shaver comes with an additional trimmer. The round blades do not allow for precise edge cuts. These trimmers are usually available for attachment in the case of rotary shavers. In the case of foil shavers, on the other hand, they are located, if available, on the back of the device body to slide out or fold out. Sometimes bald, sometimes 3-day beard. For shavers with 3-day beard function, no problem. According to Stiftung Warentest, you can grow a 3-day beard relatively comfortably with special attachment heads, such as those Philips presents in the Series 7000 and 9000. We have researched further and found practical shavers, beard trimmers, and other methods that approach the idea of a well-groomed adventurer beard with 3-day stubble. In our guide, we'll also tell you which 3-day beard shavers stand up well in the test. Men with longer beards can achieve their goal more easily if they first shorten the brush with a trimmer and then use the shaving head for the rest. Stiftung Warentest and the Shaver Test of Autumn 2021. Top shavers in both device classes. The question of which system is better can hardly be answered neutrally. As tests by Stiftung Warentest, among others, show that there are top shavers in both device classes that do their job very well. The differences in quality between the best performers in the tests are minimal, and the different target groups mentioned above are now served almost equally by both systems. Foil shavers, in fact, usually also rely on flexible storage of the blade sets, as well as, already mentioned, sophisticated foils for aligning the beard hairs. Not to mention the vibrations that shake the hair into the best possible starting position for the perforated foils. Against the backdrop of this development, beginners to electric shaving therefore have no choice but to simply give both types of razors a try, because even the former unique selling point of the rotating men's razors, the lower volume, is no longer true. Foil shavers have caught up in this respect. When buying, check whether the razor fits comfortably in the hand and its buzz is pleasant. Pay attention to the equipment, whether, for example, the trimmer is suitable for your needs. A long hair trimmer is integrated, or a wet shave is possible. Stiftung Warentest. Braun or Philips? Which manufacturer offers the best electric shavers according to Stiftung Warentest? Braun relies on foil shavers, Philips on rotary shavers, A decision between the two manufacturers is therefore primarily a question of the shaving system. In the Stiftung Warentest tests, the Braun models have been just ahead for several years, but the corresponding test devices from Philips are within striking distance. In the other trade magazines, such as House and Garten Test, the Philips shavers usually lead in the field instead, with the Braun devices coming in behind them. But here, too, it can be observed that the differences, as far as the test scores are concerned, are marginal. The bottom line, therefore, is that if you take a look at the current market test of the test reports on electric shavers, the answer has to be Solomonic. Braun and Philips together form the leading double star among electric shavers, and also clearly dominate the market. The race for the crown is close, with the top position sometimes occupied by one of Braun's series, shortly followed by another from Philips. By the way, customers often agree with the results of the test magazines, which means that you should choose one of the tested top models from the two manufacturers if you want to be on the safe side. Cleaning and battery life. What else buyers should look for in a men's electric shaver? Hardly any electric shavers still have a power cord. The vast majority draw their power from a rechargeable battery. The comfort of such a shaver is simply higher. Parallel to this is the runtime of a rechargeable battery, has also risen to become an important purchase criterion for many men. The good news is that thanks to modern battery technology, especially that of lithium-ion batteries, runtimes of up to 1 hour have now become almost the norm. Even if you shave every day, your shaver will need to be plugged in no more than once a week. Braun's top model of the 7 series even outperforms all others in this point. The shaver runs almost 3 hours in one charge in the test. Practical for all those who do not want to lug the power adapter along when traveling. Shave while the battery charges? However, the battery shavers split into 2 groups, which is why caution is advised. Devices that are functional only with a charged battery usually do not allow mains operation. That means while the device is charging, your beard will have to wait. The advantage of this type is that electric shavers are waterproof and can be used, for example, even in the shower. In contrast, shavers with combined battery/mains operation are not 100% waterproof. You should therefore pay attention to this detail before buying. Stiftung Warentest. Clean after every shave. Finally, in terms of cleaning, a lot has changed in recent years. Most modern shavers allow you to remove the shaving head completely. Simply place it in a glass of warm water, mixed with a little detergent, then rinse the shaving head well, and you're done. In turn, the cleaning stations available for some electric shavers divide the clientele into 2 camps. It is indisputable that these stations make cleaning child's play, but they do entail follow-up costs. This is because you have to replace the cleaning fluid regularly. However, men with sensitive skin often swear by the stations because they not only clean the shaving head, but even sterilize it. Ultimately, the decision pro or contra cleaning station therefore depends on the willingness to invest in the additional, often not exactly insignificant, obbolus. To prevent small scratches on the skin from becoming infected, users should clean the device after every shave, so no bacteria can accumulate. Stiftung Warentest. Yes, and that's it for our video guide to razors. I hope that the video was useful for you, and you can now decide a little better which shaver is best for you. Maybe tell us in the comments which one you like best, and maybe which kind of razor you've already decided on. I look forward to the next video with you. Goodbye.